There exists a creative force so powerful that it can materialize your dreams, transform your reality, and elevate you to higher states of consciousness. Samael Aun Weor revealed that this energy, the most powerful in the universe, is not outside of you but lies dormant within you. It is sexual energy, the sacred fire that ancient alchemists knew as the liquid gold of spiritual transformation. Did you know that your creative energy holds the power to attract anything you desire? Most people squander this potential on fleeting pleasures, unaware that they are wasting the raw material of true magic. Sexual alchemy is neither abstinence nor mere entertainment, but the sacred art of transmuting creative impulse into spiritual strength, prosperity, and personal fulfillment. Samael taught that the secret of the great initiates lies in sexual alchemy, the ability to create not only physical life, but entire realities. When you learn to consciously master this energy, you become the architect of your destiny. The problem is that modern society has demonized and commercialized this knowledge, keeping us ignorant of our own creative power. Today we will lift this veil of ignorance. You'll discover how ancient alchemists used conscious sexual ecstasy to accelerate their evolution, and the 7-night ritual to empower your desires to manifest. You'll understand why ordinary orgasms weaken you and how to transform them into exhilarating energy, as well as the connection between your sexual power and your ability to attract abundance. If you're ready to awaken this latent power, write "I've awakened my sacred fire" in the comments, because what follows is not just theory. Here is a practical guide to transforming your sexual energy into the driving force of your total transformation. Do you accept the challenge of becoming the alchemist of your own existence? Sexual energy is not merely a biological mechanism of reproduction, devoid of the ultimate creative power within us. Samael Aun Weor taught that within this force lies the potential to build or destroy, both physically and within ourselves. Most people are unaware that every sexual act involves a profound energetic alchemy, in which nothing less than the individual's spiritual future is at stake. The esoteric traditions of all ancient peoples jealously guarded the knowledge necessary for the conscious mastery of this energy. The temples of Egypt, the Eleusinian mysteries, the cults of Dionysus, and the Tantric schools all had as their primary objective the transmutation of sexual energy. Samael revealed that this energy, called Kundalini in the East and Serpent Igni in the West, is the very one that allows for the materialization of pure desires and the elevation of consciousness. According to Gnostic teachings, the management of sexual energy is divided into 3 fundamental levels. The first and most common consists of releasing this energy in the pursuit of immediate pleasure, thus exhausting its creative potential. The second level is that of conscious continence, where one learns to conserve energy without repressing it. The third and highest level is that of alchemical transmutation, where through specific techniques, sexual energy ascends the spine, nourishing the higher centers of consciousness. The fundamental practice for embarking on this path is what Samael called arcanum AZF. It consists of sexual union, without ejaculation, where energy is channeled through willpower and creative imagination. This method is not simply abstinence, but a precise science that requires mastery of breathing, visualization, and emotional control. The results, when practiced correctly, are extraordinary. Increased vitality, enhanced mental clarity, a more assertive personal charisma, and a greater capacity to realize one's ideals. A crucial aspect highlighted by Samael is the difference between repression and transmutation. The former engenders complexes and illnesses, while the latter engenders awakening and creative power. The key lies in learning to transform energy without harming nature. Through pranayama breathing exercises, specific blankets, and conscious energy movements, the effects of this practice manifest on several levels. Physically, one experiences a noticeable increase in energy and stamina. On an emotional level, inner stability takes hold, independent of external circumstances. On a mental level, creativity and concentration develop. And on a spiritual level, latent faculties such as heightened intuition and the perception of subtle realities begin to awaken. If you're ready to embark on this transformative journey, comment I'm transforming my energy, because what follows is even more revealing. You'll discover specific techniques to awaken this creative force, foods that promote its transmutation, and common mistakes to avoid on this sacred alchemical path. Prepare to discover the power within you to transform your reality. The true power of sexual alchemy lies not in theory, but in its methodical and conscious application. Samael Aun Weor meticulously described the fundamental exercises for transforming creative energy into tangible spiritual force. Far from being mere mechanical techniques, these methods constitute a sacred science that demands understanding, discipline, and, above all, a radical transformation of the perception of human sexuality. The first practical step is to master conscious breathing. During sexual union, the breathing rhythm should be slow, deep and regular, synchronizing inhalation and exhalation with the flow of energy. Samael taught the pranayama of the sacred fire. Inhale through your nose while counting to 7, imagining you are drawing golden energy from your sexual organs to your brain. Hold your breath while counting to 7, visualizing this energy purifying itself in your heart. Then exhale while counting to 7, with your mouth slightly open, radiating light throughout your body. This cycle, when repeated consistently, activates the flow of creative energy. Physical posture is equally essential. The spine must remain straight, both during sexual union and during individual transmutation exercises. Samael particularly recommended the lotus or half-lotus position, as this alignment facilitates the upward flow of energy. For those practicing alone, the basic exercise consists of sitting correctly, focusing attention on the sexual organs and, through gentle rhythmic contractions, similar to urinary retention, raising energy, while visualizing a serpent of fire ascending the spine. The power of words is another essential element. Samael revealed specific mantras for sexual transmutation, the principal one being the mantra pronounced krem, whose vibration stimulates the sacral center, the seat of Kundalini energy. This mantra must be repeated mentally, never aloud during the exercises, in synchronization with breathing and heartbeat. The combination of breath, posture, and mantra creates a closed energy circuit that exponentially amplifies transmutation. A revolutionary aspect of these teachings lies in working with conscious imagination. Samael emphasized that this is not about mere fantasies, but about the ability to create inner realities that shape energy. During the practice, clearly visualize sexual energy as a golden liquid, rising from the reproductive organs to the pineal gland, illuminating each energy center or chakra along its path. This mental image, held with intensity and faith, creates actual energy channels through which energy flows naturally. The side effects of this practice are revealing. Many students report a noticeable increase in energy during the first few weeks, which can manifest as insomnia or hyperactivity if not properly channeled. Samael recommends the hammer exercise in these cases. It involves gently tapping the muscles with closed fists while walking to distribute the excess energy throughout the body. Another common symptom is the appearance of vivid and prophetic dreams. This indicates that the energy is activating the higher centers of perception. If you have begun to experience these, write in the comments. The fire is lit. Your testimony helps create a collective energy field that fosters individual work. What follows goes even further. How can you use this transmuted energy to manifest your legitimate desires, heal your emotional body, and connect with your essential spiritual mission? Prepare to discover that true sexual alchemy is not just about perseverance, but the key to conscious creation. When sexual energy is properly transmuted, it becomes a force capable of materializing the soul's deepest desires. Samael Aun Weor taught that this creative power, once purified and redirected, obeys the conscious will like a ray of light, giving form in the physical world to what was once only a spiritual wish. This is the practical magic that the ancient hierophants kept secret. The manifestation process follows precise alchemical principles. During conscious sexual relations, whether with a partner or in the context of individual practice, the moment of greatest energy should be devoted to the clear visualization of the desired goal. Samael explains that there is a critical window of 7 to 11 seconds, during which creative energy reaches its maximum purity and plasticity, allowing it to absorb the mental image previously prepared by the practitioner. The key is to maintain a single clear image, charged with positive emotion during this sacred moment. An advanced method is the chalice technique. It consists of imagining that all the energy generated during the union or transmutation exercise accumulates in the solar plexus like a golden cup. Then, through an act of focused will, this luminous liquid is deposited onto the mental image of the manifested desire, visualizing how energy permeates it and brings it into being in the physical world. Samael emphasized that this work should be done for the benefit of not only the individual, but also their spiritual surroundings. Food plays a surprising role in this process. Certain foods act as catalysts for the transmutation of energy. Pure dairy-free chocolate, almonds, virgin butter, and berries possess properties that strengthen the energy flow between the sexual and creative centers. Samael recommended consuming them in small quantities before practices, always avoiding excesses that could hinder the subtle circulation. In this alchemy, dreams become a reliable indicator of progress. When energy flows harmoniously, dreams of flight, sacred architecture, or encounters with spiritual masters occur. These are not mere fantasies. These are signs that the creative force is restructuring its internal plans, which will inevitably be reflected in external changes. A powerful exercise is to record these dreams upon waking and look for symbols that confirm the ongoing manifestation process. The most revolutionary aspect of this teaching is that transmuted sexual energy not only attracts circumstances but also transforms the alchemist himself. Many practitioners attest that through consistent effort, their initial desires are refined until they align perfectly with their spiritual purpose. What begins as the pursuit of material possessions or personal success transforms into a desire for service, wisdom, and universal love. If you have embarked on this inner transformation, please feel free to share your experience in the comments. My will is manifested. Your testimony strengthens the morphogenetic field of those who follow this path. The final part will reveal how to integrate this knowledge into a daily practice that transforms your entire life into an act of conscious creation, where every thought, word, and action is nourished by this sacred fire, correctly directed. True mastery of sexual alchemy is not limited to isolated practices, but transforms every aspect of existence into a conscious act of creation. Samael Aun Weor taught that when this sacred fire is carefully cultivated, it permeates all our actions, thoughts, and emotions, making daily life a living temple of spiritual transformation. This total integration is the mark of the authentic alchemist. The first step toward this mastery is developing a constant awareness of the energy flow in the body. Samael recommends taking a conscious pause every hour, stopping for 30 seconds to observe the vital energy, breathe deeply, and check for any leaks due to scattered thoughts or negative emotions. This simple exercise, practiced regularly, creates a closed energy circuit that is maintained throughout the day. Interpersonal relationships take on a new dimension when their energetic foundations are understood. Every human encounter is an alchemical exchange where sublimated sexual energy plays a crucial role. Samael taught specific techniques to protect and amplify this flow. When you help someone, visualize an exchange of golden light through the pressure of your hands. During important conversations, gently contract your pelvic floor muscles to conserve energy. Finally, at the end of each interaction, consciously perform an internal gesture of energetic closure. Professional work is transformed when performed mindfully. Any task, however mundane it may seem, can become a vehicle for spiritual creation if it is imbued with transmuted energy. Samael suggested choosing an everyday object or tool, a pencil, a keyboard, an instrument, and periodically charging it with sublimated sexual energy, thus transforming it into a talisman of inspired productivity. Managing emotional difficulties reaches a higher level through these practices. When faced with anger, fear, or anxiety, instead of repressing or expressing them destructively, the alchemist transforms them through cold fire. The conflicting emotion is visualized as raw material in the alchemical crucible of the abdomen, while the mental recitation of the Ram mantra allows it to be transmuted into pure energy, available for creation. Periods of rest and reverie prolong alchemical practice. Before sleeping, Samael suggested the pendulum exercise. Lying on your back, visualize sexual energy as a golden pendulum, swinging between the reproductive organs and the pineal gland, thus establishing a feedback loop that continues to function during sleep. Many practitioners claim that this technique induces lucid dreams and spontaneous, out-of-body experiences. If you have already experienced this total integration, please share your experience in the comments. It's simply alchemy. Her testimony inspires others to view their entire lives as a spiritual laboratory. The conclusion that follows will reveal how this path ultimately leads to the great alchemical work, the creation of the golden body, this immortal matrix that transcends the limitations of the flesh and becomes the conscious vehicle of the spirit. Our journey through these teachings has shown us that sexual alchemy is not simply a set of techniques, but a complete path to intimate self-realization. Samael Aun Weor revealed to us that creative energy, cultivated and transmuted as it should be, ultimately leads to the great alchemical work, the crystallization of the golden body, that immortal vehicle which the Rosicrucians called the conscious astral body and the Taoists the diamond body. This radical transformation is not the result of chance, but of the systematic application of the 4 pillars we have explored: the conservation of energy, its conscious transmutation, its creative orientation, and finally, its interaction in all aspects of life. The testimonies of those who have seriously followed this path converge on revealing points. First comes an unusual vitality that seems to defy time, then a mental clarity that dispels existential confusion, followed by a greater capacity to realize noble ideals, and finally, the direct perception of spiritual realities previously only intuitive. Samael emphasized that these fruits are not the ultimate goal, but rather signs that the alchemical work is progressing correctly. However, the master warned of 3 dangers along this path: spiritual pride born of success, obsession with paranormal phenomena, and stagnation at intermediate stages due to a lack of humility. True mastery, he taught. She is known for her simplicity, her dedication, and her ability to integrate the divine into her everyday life without pretension. You now have all the necessary tools to begin this transformation. The first step is simple. Choose one of the suggested practices, the one that resonates with you most, and commit to practicing it daily for the next 40 days. This alchemical cycle will allow energy to flow according to new patterns, thus creating permanent energy channels. Before we conclude, I would like to know your commitment to this path of transformation. Write in the comments, "I am an alchemist." These words are not mere affirmations, but a pact with your essence that will resonate on the subtle planes. The universe has placed this knowledge in your hands because your soul is ready to take this evolutionary leap. The sexual energy you most often waste lies dormant within you, ready to become the elixir of longevity, the philosopher's stone that transforms everything. Do you accept the challenge of becoming the conscious architect of your own destiny? The answer lies not in these words, but in the silence of your heart when, faced with the next creative impulse, you remember that you have the power to choose between fleeting pleasure and eternal creation. May your sacred fire illuminate the world, not by consuming it with fleeting passions, but by transforming it completely through the silent power of one who has learned to create from pure consciousness. The path is laid out, the tools are in your hands. The time has come. We are reaching the end of this transmission. But for you, the true alchemical work begins. Each day, each breath, each moment of awareness is now an opportunity to practice this sacred art of transformation. I invite you to begin today with the practice that resonated most deeply with you. If this message has sparked your passion, comment, "My passion is transformative." Your story could be the spark someone else needs. Subscribe to continue this journey together. We will soon explore how to combine sexual alchemy with lunar and planetary cycles to amplify its effects. May your creative energy always rise upwards, like a flame that illuminates without being consumed. Until next time, alchemist of the soul, remember that the philosopher's stone is not found. It is created from the raw material of your own awakened consciousness. And this raw material is your own awakened consciousness.